Hi, everyone.
Are you outside?
Yes. Дед Мороз, you know.
All right. Okay, we wait a couple of minutes and we start.
Hello.
Finally, we have a snow, actually winter, real winter in Russia. For those who
Yeah, it's
not aware.
minus 15.
Yeah.
At least in Moscow region. All right, let's begin. So we have quite a vast agenda for today's call. So welcome everyone at our 16th, I guess, call. Yeah, 16th call. So first of all, I would like to wish all of you a happy new year. I hope that this 2021 will be much more convenient, I would say, compared to the previous one, and it will not make us to shift our plans, and we will definitely launch all the DeFi ecosystem this year. And yeah, so let's start our productive year with this big and interesting agenda that we have for today. I will just briefly go through the agenda, and then we will start from the first topic. So for today, we have the demonstration of Ethereum bridge, the first stage prepared by Broxus team. We had some issues with testnet not working, like all other people. So I hope the testnet will be working today during the demonstration, but if not, so we have prepared the video demo as well.
It worked. It works.
It works brilliantly. Then we have the update for Polkadot bridge from Wintex team. They will tell us about some news and the progress. We will touch slightly the topic of stablecoins contest and its prolongation. Then Vladimir Maslyakov will say a few words about the DEX contest that we plan to launch the soonest. And the linked topic also, the TonSwap proposal prepared by Sergey team. They would like also to present it today. And we have a really interesting discussion hosted for today about the decentralized account management system that will be led by Alexander Yakovlev, the Hyperledger Arc member, and the one who was included in the Forbes Blockchain 50, and Alexander Yuriev, CEO of iCoinSoft. All right, let's begin. So we have quite a tense agenda, and let's start with update of Polkadot bridge. So Alexei, are you here?
Good evening. Good evening. Yes, we are here, and it's a small update today. First of all, as promised, around 2 weeks ago, we submitted and finalized the code. Did anyone had a chance to have a look on what we submitted? No?
Sure. At least Broxus team has already reviewed the code, so we have some comments about it, but generally it's quite a good one. So we will publish our comments, I guess, today. Sergey, do you want to say something, or just mute, please?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we have seen the bridge source code and discuss the general architecture with the guys. So there are still a lot of work, but generally our ways about implementing bridge are kind of similar. So we have discussed the most complex parts, and probably we think that the freeton Polka bridge works okay.
Thank you, Sergey. Yes, Alexei, just a second. Just a short reminder to all of jurors. So you have 3 days left for casting your votes. So please don't wait until the very last minute. As we are still under the attack of spammers, so in case you see that there is insufficient balance on the contract that doesn't allow you to cast your votes, ping me, or is the easiest way. So just go to the governance interface, take the address of the contest and drop 1 ton there. It will be sufficient for casting your votes. Yes, Alexei, please.
Yep. Just as you said, we are welcoming everyone to vote, to have their say about what we've done. And also we already made a little research in the phase 2 of this big bridge, and more than ready to start the work if it's possible. More than welcome to participate and be part of this bridge with Polkadot. That's all.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so procedurally, so you will have to wait until this contest is finished, the first stage. So, and as it is a chained contest, so it means that only the participants who has earned a prize place in the stage 1 contest will be able to participate in the second stage. So generally there is only 1 submission. So, and I have very big expectations that it will pass well, but still procedurally, so you will have to wait until it's over and all the votes are cast. But afterwards, for sure. So you can already start preparing your proposal for the second part of the contest.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Guys, just a small ask for you, for all of you. Please turn on your cameras if you're not camera shy, because on the video it's worse to see smiling faces. Hi. Yeah, hi, Alexei. So and it's more convenient for those who will later see these videos. All right. So Sergey, are we ready to demonstrate the implementation of Ethereum bridge now? Or you need some more minutes to prepare?
Maybe a few more minutes.
Okay, a few more minutes. In this case, we move to the next topic, stablecoins contest. So this is exactly what happened to this contest. So the balance of the contract has run out at the very last moment, and several people were unable to publish the works. The good works, I would say, because I briefly scrolled through them, and they asked us to prolong the contest. So guys, what's your opinion? Are you okay with this?
Yes, prolongate, because it was New Year's holidays and something going wrong, and a lot of good proposal don't provide it to this contest, include Mitja. So let's continue.
Okay, in this case, I will prepare the proposal for prolongation. So I hope that we will be able to approve it today or tomorrow the latest. I don't think that we should prolong it for 2 months.
For like 15 minutes, maybe. Something like that.
I don't know if it's possible to prolong it for 15 minutes, but at least we will do this for a couple more days for you to be able to publish. I will discuss it with the current interface team, how it should be done procedurally. So will they be able to transfer all works from one contract to another one? I think it's the best way. And then jurors, please don't cast your votes for now. So please wait until this contest is prolonged. All right.
Vlad, I want to add, I think maybe it's better not 15 minutes or a couple of days, maybe 1 week it will be normal. I mean, if we prolong for some reasons, we must to give the right opportunity to all participants. 1 week it's not enough to do from zero, but enough to finish and pull and down. It's my opinion.
So for me, it's you know, I have seen only 2 people who didn't manage to publish the work.
I know one team too.
At the time, yes. So guys, please, who are listening to this call, so if you also have your works and you're ready to publish, maybe you just missed a couple of more days. I would not prolong for too long because it creates some competitive disadvantage for those who have already published their works. So maybe 3-4 days is enough. So until the middle of next week, I would say. All right. So I will prepare the proposal and ping everyone from the governance and to approve it. Okay. So Vladimir Maslyakov, are you here?
Yes.
Yeah, please say a couple of words about the DEX contest, so that we wanted to publish in the mid-January. So now it's mid-January. Do we go?
Yeah. So there are a couple things to discuss and decide. One, I think it's a good time because the stablecoins contest has ended, or almost ended. We prolonged it, but still it's the voting time. So as we discussed, I know several teams who want to participate in both. So it's, I think, good time to start the contest for the DEX implementation this week, actually. So I think it's a good idea. There is another proposal that you sent to me on the forum from the Svai.dev team. I've looked through it. It's a contest for Uniswap analog, but as we discussed before, I think that we shouldn't kind of narrow the scope just to the Uniswap implementation. And what I have seen is that there are a lot of things that overlap in their proposal and in the DEX proposal. And if it's possible, I would ask the guy, Lei Lun, right, to come to
Yes, it's Andrew, I guess. Yeah, Andrew Nedabelski. So
yeah, if it's possible. And the interesting thing that even the rewards are pretty much the same. So and the stages there also overlap. And if it's possible, we can try to put some of their points into the DEX proposal and combine them and make one simple just one implementation proposal, because definitely there will be a lot of overlapping of functionality in both of these contests. So I am open till the end of the week for comments and make some changes in the DEX implementation proposal. So if Andrew can come, or maybe we can discuss it on the call.
He's here and can just say a few words, please.
Hey. Oh.
Yeah, Andrew.
Okay.
Yes, hi.
Yeah, we see you.
Yeah, I think the DEX proposal is more
generic, I would say.
More generic, but Ton wants to make some platform as Uniswap or something similar.
Yeah, that's true. The thing is that a lot of teams who will apply for DEX, at least I know 2 teams who gonna do kind of Uniswap architecture there in implementation. So that would make some probably doubt in where they should apply, or they would go both ways. They would go for the DEX contest and then for Uniswap contest. So it's up to us to decide how to do it better. But if it's, I really think it's possible to combine them.
Yes, I propose don't decide it today, and think and communicate during the week, because I'm a favor for different diversity implementation. And of course, Uniswap is one of the possible way for DEXs. But Uniswap is most popular now in Ethereum ecosystem, and a lot of people know what is Uniswap. Not all of them know what is DEX, but we all know what is Uniswap.
Yeah, it's true. The only thing is that what we started with is that we have, I think, pretty narrow timeline. We should launch it as SAP because while we'll have this contest for the first stage of DEX implementation, then the voting for the stablecoin ends, and then we'll probably have a couple of weeks to launch the contest for the stablecoin implementation. And if we prolongate the DEX, then again, they would be overlapping and we would be shifting our timeline all the time. And that's why I think we shouldn't postpone it for more than maybe till the end of this week, maybe latest early next week. So the quicker we come with decision, the better. And again, if we go with a separate contest, we're gonna have the same problems with Uniswap because it will be overlapping with stablecoins, and with DEX contest, we'll have to kind of put it somewhere in the timeline so the same teams could participate in both of them. And as I said, I know at least 2 teams who want to do Uniswap for the DEX contest. So that's kind of a small problem we have.
I agree. Andrei, maybe you have some comments on this until we switch to the next topic, please.
Yeah, can I finish regarding DEX? There is a small change I made. I decided because last time we discussed that we will probably by the time of implementation we'll have some working version of DeeBot interface. I decided to exclude the stage for UX UI because I think that a good implementation should be independent from the UX UI, and if we have the DeeBot interface by the end of the contest, or even better in the middle of the contest, that would qualify as a UI, and it will be a standard UI for all the participants, which is a good thing. So I decided to exclude it. So right now there are 3 stages, and if someone has comments, please come, because I also doubt that maybe the governance model should be excluded as well and made as a separate stage. I'm not sure about that, but that's a thing to discuss.
I am disagree because I think that first Uniswap or first DEX with interface will attract new users few months early because our systematic way of doable DEX and different architecture will need more time. Maybe first not good implementation, but with users is better.
Yeah, it's true. But state of the art is...
because we need different design of experiments, not only one way, not only DeeBots.
You mean with UX UI, right?
Yes, and first simple DEX, maybe Uniswap, maybe DEX interface should be launched earlier.
Can I kind of
sure
say something? Well,
Mitja, where's your camera?
I would suggest no camera. I would suggest that any contest will include DeeBot as part of necessary part of implementation of the system, because it allows obviously the abstraction of an interface, which also make it super easy. Like, you don't need to do anything. Basically, if you provided like DeeBots for all your system components, then well, at least for Surf, for example, you don't need to do anything. You have an interface to your smart contract system. You don't even need to build a front end. So I think that, and also, of course, on top of DeeBots, it's much easier to write interfaces.
We put it as and Svai team, and I also put it as a hard criteria support for DeeBot.
I think it should be a requirement because it
it's
just standardize all the user interaction. And,
totally. I agree with that. Nothing to add here.
But at the same time, if you want to have some user interfaces, we should not just limit it to just DeeBot, because DeeBot is in implementation. But I agree with Sergey that if we have at least simple web interface for these DEXs, so that can be used by a common user, so it will really facilitate the adoption.
There is no contradiction. First of all,
no, absolutely no contradiction. I mean that
DeeBot is not limiting. DeeBot is should be a requirement, and on top of that, you can build whatever you want. I mean, you can build any interface you want. You need to have you need to also, like, if we proclaim decentralization, when we talk about DeFi particularly and DEXs, for example, there is a big concern now that the centralized internet as we have it now just simply start to censor all these interfaces, because these are the centralized pieces, or it just goes like tomorrow. Imagine tomorrow, and it's very easy to imagine, it's already been proposed, there will be a new legislation somewhere in the world where just say DEXs, all DEXs need to report user data to the authorities, period. So if you have an interface, that makes you a target for the authorities immediately to go, and there are countless examples of that. DeeBots make it completely decentralized. It does not allow even for Apple, for example, to delist your
Don't take me wrong. I mean that when I say some user interface, I don't mean that it should be obligatory hosted just at one domain. I mean that it should be open source. It should be easily published to any other domain.
Vlad, any domain is a centralized.
Yes, Mitja, but I'm here about DeeBots during 1 year, and we talked a lot about it. But
they work already.
When we will have 100 plus different DeeBots, and
you already have SMB, for example,
and on the SMB we have no cases outside of our necessary purpose. Yes, and so I think we need to show different way how it should be work, not only DeeBots way.
Yeah, that actually I understand what Sergey is saying. I also have this concern that DeeBots are in kind of alpha stage, the best, maybe better stage, but probably DeFi governance and community will be the ones who will be pushing these interfaces. And all in all, I agree with Mitja, because Telegram itself is a good example. They made from the perspective of messengers, they made probably one of the few that made a good separation of the view from the kind of let's call it business logic or whatever. They have separated it through APIs. We know there are a lot of implementations of the different interfaces for different platforms. And with DEX, it's especially important that we do that, because as far as you know, none of the existing DEXs or popular existing DEXs in Ethereum do that. So I think that we probably, yes, we are kind of experimenting here, but it's a good experiment. And probably, yes, it's a bit early, it's alpha stage, but maybe DeFi contest will be the one who will be pushing in future this decentralized implementation. So I kind of, maybe I think we should take this risk, because it's really cool and it's the right way to do it. Why not? We shouldn't be afraid of complexity.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my opinion.
Okay.
Maybe we can watch bridge. Sergey, Potechin, are you ready?
Just before we switch, Andrei, do you have any comments? Because you wanted to say something about your proposal.
Yeah, we as team want to participate in this contest, and we can make swap interface without any problems, and I think a good idea for Tom.
Just a little addition to what Andrew said. We also include the user interface in the proposal because we think it would be much easier for users from other chains to switch to Ton if they need, if they want to, because they wouldn't need to do a lot of underlying tasks as learning how to communicate with the bots. And if they used a lot, for example, Uniswap from Ethereum, they can easily switch to Ton, which I think would be pretty nice.
It's a misunderstanding of the DeeBot concept. You don't.
No, I mean
the whole DeeBot thing is not to make it harder for user. It's actually to make it super easier for user, because right now in Ethereum, despite the effort to create an interface for DeFi, nobody really understands it. Very few people uses it really, and the reason is that it's just very hard. So it doesn't matter to create interface with few nice buttons. It doesn't really do anything because interaction between all these systems, and there is no interoperability standard. Very few people understand how to use any DeFi system. And then what you end up with is a packaged interfaces which chooses what to do for the user, and so the idea of DeeBot is actually very opposite of what you just said.
And I want to add that again, the user interface, the common user interface, it's just not a hard criteria, it's a soft criteria. So if you do the implementation of the user interface, I think that would simplify of interacting of users, that would only benefit your submission. So there is no problem of adding even 2 user interfaces if you want. So
but
please.
We encourage you to provide a good user interface for sure. It will let jurors to appreciate the work more.
But and another thing that we discussed last time is I think that if this kind of thing with DeeBot works in our contest and it would spread around, it's very good for testing purposes, because it would be much easier for jurors in the next contest to test such implementations than each time to rely on self-written UI interface developed by the team who would spend their resources on UI, etc. And to have a standard interface, of course, it's much better solutions. And once the jurors know how to interact with it, I think it will be much easier for them to test the implementations.
All right, quite an interesting discussion. Thank you, guys. Vladimir, so I propose that you and Andrei will continue discussing just in the offline. So maybe it's worth to add Andrei to the chat devoted for DEX contest. So
yeah,
if you're not there already,
I'll send the link to the group, and I suggest that we do it on the forum still, not only on the chat, but on the forum, so it's transparent for everyone else who's not in the group or in the chat.
Agree.
Okay.
And when do you expect to publish the contest proposal?
If we make it till the end of the week, I'll do it on Sunday. If we don't, maybe early next week.
All right. In this case, just keep us in touch and just ping us when it's time for
I'll
voting.
write it in the group. Yeah, sure.
Good. Thank you. So now we come to the demonstration of Ethereum bridge. So Sergey, please, I gave you the permission for sharing.
Ivan, my colleague, will share the screen. So let's begin. In this demonstration, we will show you the basic example of the Ethereum freeton bridge. We will send the some digit from the Ethereum to the freeton and back. All this will be made by the 3 relays. So all 3 relays should confirm that the changes should be accepted in the freeton network and then back in the Ethereum network. Let me describe what is going on. You can see the comments above Ivan just ran. Show you that the current state is 0 in Ethereum, and now he has sent the command into Ethereum network, which changes the state value to the 1610. So now we are waiting it to confirm, and after that we will expect to receive the same value in the freeton. So yeah, as you see, it takes a lot to confirm the transaction. This demonstration is using the local Ethereum node and a local Ton node.
Okay, maybe you can just describe shortly about what do we see on the screen. So what are all these windows?
The 3 windows above is the relay nodes running. They are waiting for listening for Ethereum events and listening for freeton events. This window is the local Ethereum bridge, a local Ethereum node, which actually don't work very well. So now I want just restart the node. The left bottom window is Ivan. Is Ivan testing screen where he making changes into Ethereum and local Ton node, and the bottom right window is some kind of admin interface for nodes relays. So Ivan can log into them, request the list of actions and so on. So now Ivan restarted the nodes and yeah, I see there a slight struggle with the demonstration. Let me start. Let me share my own screen and show the screencast we have made like a few hours before. 1 second. Okay, so here it is, the same windows, the relays are started. As you see, Ivan logs in into the relay nodes to be able to communicate with them with the CLI interface. So they are running, they are receiving some events. Okay, yeah, Ivan have unlocked all of them. So now I want to check the value in the Ethereum network. As you see, it is 0. And now I want to check it's in the Ton network. It is, as you see, not 0, probably some big integer. Now Ivan will send the transaction, which is changing the value into Ethereum into some another digit. As you see, it is 2021. Let's wait until the transaction is confirmed. It's confirmed. You can see more logs appearing in the relay nodes. They are receiving the notification that some events happened in the Ethereum network. They are starting to confirm it into the freeton. As you see in the bottom middle screen, the value is still the same. So we need to wait until until each relay confirm the change. And now let's see the decimal value. It is the same as was set in Ethereum 2021. So each of 3 relays have confirmed the event that happened into the Ethereum network, and the value has been changed into the freeton network. As you see, here it is. Ivan shows the transaction hash, which has been confirmed, Ethereum transaction hash, I mean. So now Ivan changing the value into the freeton network. As you see, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're expecting to receive this value into the Ethereum network back. So the transaction in freeton has been sent. The transaction has been received by the relay nodes. Now what they're doing is to signing the Ethereum state change and sending their signatures into the freeton. As you see, there are already 2 signatures, and probably we should wait a little to receive the 3rd one. Okay. Yeah, you can see the list of keys who have confirmed the ton events. It is probably 2 first relay nodes. Let's wait a little more. Still 2 signatures. It usually don't take long. Yeah. Okay, yeah, as you see, there are 3 signatures. So what now should happen? As you know, we don't, in our bridge, we don't send the transactions into the Ethereum network directly because of unexpected gas price, and probably it will be too high anyway. So what we're doing is to collect the release signature for Ethereum data, and then user should pass, or anyone else should pass the signatures into the Ethereum network and pay for it. So now what we should do is to collect the signatures, collect the payload, which you can see here, and send it ourselves into the Ethereum smart contract. So the Ethereum smart contract will check that the signatures are okay, that they're made by the actual release, that there are enough signatures, and then it will decode the payload, and we're expecting to see that the number will change from 2021 into the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now Ivan passes the signatures. Let's wait until the transaction is confirmed.
Yeah, meanwhile, Sergey, maybe you just make a slight touch on why we have done this in this way for Ethereum. So maybe not everyone understands that you have to pay for the transaction in Ethereum, and as the gas price can fluctuate vastly. So we chose the solution when we just direct the customer who wants to transfer the value from one network to another one to some interface where he just confirms it with his MetaMask or some other wallet, and sends the transaction itself, and the code of the transaction is prepared by the bridge. Did I say this correctly, Sergey?
Yeah, exactly. That's the fees into Ethereum are high and unexpected. That's why we don't send that transaction ourselves. The fees in freeton are way better, so we are sending the Ethereum to freeton events ourselves, and users don't need to do anything, you know, for example, to move tokens from Ethereum into freeton. and he needs to make an additional action to make his tokens out of freeton. So I hope I explained this point. So as you see, the state has been changed into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, exactly as it was set into the freeton transaction. So yeah, it works both directions. I'm finished. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Thank you, Sergey. Yes, Alexander, please.
Thanks, Sergey. Thank you. As I understand and how I remember from design of your project, relay nodes, it's nodes that not in freeton blockchain and not in Ethereum blockchain. It's like servers. Now it's only one service, how I understand, yes? And when it starts to be more service, 2, 3, 4, it will be like blockchain or group of servers. Is it right that I say now?
Yeah, kind of. Now at this demo you have seen we had 3 relay nodes.
3. Okay.
Yeah, so probably we will have more in the real, in the mainnet run, you know, maybe.
And
yeah,
and
so just sorry, I will just step in. So for this demo, we hosted three overlay nodes, so published in different locations. But in the real case, so we will have the reputable companies hosting their own relay nodes, so on different servers in different locations, in different geographies maybe, and the number of such relay nodes can count over 10 or even more. So the main idea here is just to achieve a certain decentralization in taking the decision, so that not anyone can control the decision making in this bridge. So when it's
yes, like it was in their design, like it was.
Yes.
And I have 2 questions.
Yeah, please.
And I have 2 questions with this reason. First, why these nodes not in freeton blockchain? Is it possible, would be, to make nodes in freeton blockchain and use freeton smart contracts like relays nodes? Yes or not, and why?
Let me explain. The relay nodes is a software which connects both to Ethereum blockchain and the freeton blockchain.
Yes.
The bridge itself uses the freeton smart contracts to achieve the consensus between the relay nodes. You know, let me say simple, all the confirmations are collected in the big freeton smart contract, and you know, only if smart contract have enough confirmations from the actual relays, it will do the thing. And backwards is also true for Ethereum. So we are using freeton smart contracts.
It will be not good idea to give the opportunity to be a bridge to validators in freeton. And why it's a bad idea?
I don't know why it's bad ideas.
Because
maybe.
they will need to have because they will need to run an Ethereum node on their freeton nodes, which is not a good idea.
Yes, Alexander, it's possible. It's maybe in future it's a big software that include freeton nodes, that include Ethereum node and our software bridge, and it will be more expensive, of course, for all validators. It's a first point. The second point, it's not simple task create a good economy in gas terms. In speed and number of nodes. For example, it will be, for example, 1,000 or more relay nodes. Cost of swap will be dramatically increase. And
yes, I agree. The second reason very
rewards,
important. Yeah. Yes, the second reason very important. I asked this question because for me a little bit, I don't know, strange, but some nodes that nobody knows who these nodes. Yes, of course we can do some, I don't know, site where we can understand who this is, who hold these nodes, but it's really not Ethereum validators, not freeton, and somebody.
It's exactly how work Rapid BTC, how work Ren BTC, and how work another software, because bridge can't be implemented in one network because it's between different network, and it will be additional software.
Yes, but when I have worked with BitShares blockchain, I was developer and trader there, and I have bought some Rapid BTC, and after 1 year, I understand that it's impossible to send this Rapid BTC to real BTC blockchain, and I try to find how to resolve this problem and understand this system go down and nobody knows where and why it don't work. And there was maybe 15 nodes, but at the end it's BitShares work, Bitcoin work, but this is a group of related nodes don't work. In this case, I agree that now I understand. Now we cannot to have another variant, but this is type of organization bridge have problem too, for my opinion.
Yes, but there is a big difference, in fact. So what you're saying is that there was a group of relay nodes controlled by one of the same people. And here we aim to decentralize the whole relay network, so with different companies, and also within the governance structure of the relay network itself. So the members will be able to vote for adding or excluding new members of this network. That was described in that architecture proposal, and this will allow to ensure the better stability of all the bridge.
But of course, it would be, in terms of design, I mean, it would be better if anyone, as a user himself, would be able to send to just bridge for his own transactions between two smart contracts, if they can, for example, using light clients for both networks, stateless, to kind of not rely on any relay, but that requires different design. And I'm not sure if that is like you can develop smart contracts. You will need to develop smart contracts on both networks that will accept the proofs from another network.
Yeah, actually, that's what I wanted to say, that we can include like Ethereum Light Client into Ton validator software.
Bottom line, it's this design is kind of it understandably has its flaws, but it can be done faster, and I think we need the bridges to be there as fast as possible, and then of course then we can think about improving the design.
Yeah, absolutely. Our core objective here is to make it running as soon as possible, not for the sake of security and stability for sure, but at least that everyone understands how it functions, and if it just delivers its objective, so it can always be improved.
And one question more, I don't know, maybe not the future, but maybe on the now. If I want to be one of relay nodes in your bridge, when it's better to start to discuss with you about this opportunity, maybe now, then to need to discuss some reason if what hardware needs, software, maybe help with testing, or it's better to do when it will be more finished?
good question, actually, and for sure. So we cannot, for the moment, provide the specific requirements. So we can just estimate it for now, because the product itself is not yet finished. But if you want to participate in testing, in providing your feedback, so you're welcome, more than welcome.
No, my purpose, yes, not testing, my purpose to be part of bridge, like one relate node. But if it's needs together with testing a little bit, why not?
No, I mean that you can just participate in testing for the sake of better understanding of how it functions, and because you'll need to maintain this relay node. You will need to know how to operate it.
Yeah,
it's pretty much the same what we did, if you remember, in the DeeBot contest. So we first had the DevOps contest, then we had some another contest, and only after that we just ran the Magister contest, after people just got acquainted with the software itself.
yeah.
And but the product itself is not yet finished, so it's still only the first stage out of 4. And it's very early one, and you see that sometimes shit happens and something may not work, and but that means that the more people we have in just testing this, in providing the available feedback to the development team, so the more stable it, and the sooner it will be launched. So, and then at the moment when it's close to the actual release, and after the security audit for sure, anyway, it's open sourced. So and of course we will run our relay network, and we will invite some reputable companies to participate as initial members of this relay network. And but it's open source, so actually anyone can.
But open source plus documentation, it's very good, but without documentation, it's maybe will be very hard to participate.
We will provide all the, actually there are already a lot of docs provided on our GitHub, so you can check it there.
Documentation only for weak developers. Joke.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your answer. On the next stage, I contact about this question. I think with Sergey, yes, maybe it's better.
Yes. I encourage you just to monitor what's going on our GitHub, because we just set it up, and we'll publish update there. So please, everyone is welcome to provide their feedback and participate in testing.
Thanks.
All right. Any other questions, guys? Or we move to the next topic? 3, 2, 1. No. All right. So we have 2 guests today. So Alexander Yuryev, the CEO of CoinSoft, and Alexander Yakovlev, the member of Hyperledger Arc WG, included in Forbes Blockchain 50. So I hope that I pronounced everything correctly. So the guys want to present to us the topic of decentralized account management on the blockchain. So Alexander, please, the floor is yours.
Hi, folks. Maybe you know me from Moscow Exchange and National Settlement Depository, where I was leading blockchain lab till the previous year end. And we are in strong contact with some of developers of crypto exchange platforms. And it was a kind of impression from them and a request to do something with integrations. Because of that, I called Alexander Yuryev, who is CEO of CoinSoft and maintainer of Tidex exchange, for example. And the idea is to develop a kind of decentralized account management with ability to order any kind of service, to work with sub-accounts, with any kind of token on it, to integrate wallets from one side, trading venues from other side, and some kinds of other services as well, for example, paying services or billing services, and also to allow user to use self-sovereign identity mechanism by W3C and some kind of other things like to issue account on your freeton wallet and service this account with some third-party organization. So that was the challenge. It was not so struggling and comprehensive as a connection with another blockchain with two-way pegs or relay nodes, but it was request. And our idea is to go at first with a small proposal contest to have a kind of white papers on technical solutions on architecture of that point, and then to realize it step by step to make the integration of each business service, at least crypto exchanges, easier. Are you okay with this kind of description? Am I clear, or my English is poor? Is there anyone alive?
Yes, we are. So, Sergey Shashev, you had some comments. Maybe you just say a few words, please.
Yes, yes, I'm here. So about this proposal, Alex, you should describe about decentralization nature of your proposal and work, because some people from government, when read this document, say that it's similar to API, but it's not about API, and I think you should you and all your architecture should more explain about decentralization nature of your proposal.
Okay, it is a kind of API, and I agree with this concern. It will surprise you, but anyway, it's a kind of way of working with blockchain. So in these terms, it is a kind of API, and it is easing of interface. But the idea of this concept was born like 3 years ago with decentralized digital depository, a kind of decentralized account management based on existing blockchains with UTXO model, like to allow chain to manage accounts with set of smart contracts and set of other things to allow third-party organizations, for example, to do KYC and to provide as much information as user want, as one of. And another one is really a real headache, to be honest. For example, if you are trying to follow TonSwap way to integrate crypto exchange with freeton, you will lose a kind of some months to develop at the moment, and also you will need hardware to run the node or to connect to another node with without any kind of standard. And that is a kind of a struggling thing for me, caused me to make this draft of proposal to kick the issue, because otherwise we will lose almost all businesses in these heaps of months of development to be integrated.
When you're saying accounts, so what specifically do you mean? Maybe you just clarify a bit on this, because accounts is a quite broad word, and people may understand it in different ways.
Maybe you have presentation or some document where I can look inside for more understanding. Really, I'm not understand too.
The proposal is here. Just a moment. I will send the link. I have no presentation for current meeting, just because I just prepared to make a kind of proposal, and in my mind it was the next step to offer the solution for this proposal as one of them for the contest.
Alex, I got a lot of information that from different people that they not understand. I propose to bring more information about architecture and how it should be work, and continue on next call about it and provide more information.
Okay, let's do this, but we will finish contest earlier because we will provide a kind of an architecture to solve these challenges.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and just please maybe give the better understanding of what accounts and how you see to be managed by such a system. Just maybe not in details, if you plan also to participate in this contest, and but rather give the better understanding for all people. So what is it about? Because for me, it's not yet really clear.
Okay. Sorry for my poor English. It's a kind of user experience, like account is what person or technology unit see in the system, and which can be operated by.
So what kind of bank account you mean?
Not bank accounts, because bank account is only about money, and the depository account, for example, is about any kind of asset. Like you can store shares, you can store derivatives, any kind of futures, and you can store money on it, like multi-asset account. And the idea is to have a unified set of things like smart contracts, like API, like concept itself, to be able to support this model in a unified way. Like not only to touch on Crystal, but also unified model of integration with this account in terms of user experience. Like you can see on your account any asset that you have, you can move between your sub accounts, you can send it to exchange, and literally you will have, in ideal case, ability to order any kind of service for your account. Like you have something as an amount, and you can order the card for the part of it and manage from unified interface, which is better than if you will have several interfaces you will send somewhere from somewhere and etc.
Question is, when you talk about assets, do you mean assets in different blockchains?
Yep.
So it's not freeton bridged assets, it's just pure assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum.
In my mind, it is a big challenge. Will we be able to work without bridges, or we will need bridges, literally? In my mind, in the decentralized world, if we use two-way pack or other approach like Cosmos One or Polkadot One, it will be better to use bridges. But
better than what?
Question. Huh?
Better than what?
better than to connect to each chain simultaneously.
Okay.
And
all right. So in this case, what you have is just smart contracts on freeton.
Not only, to be honest, because you also need to provide interface from these smart contracts to centralized apps.
Yeah, you can do that right now. You don't. This interface already exists. There is an interface from any smart contract in freeton to any centralized system, and you have interfaces, even several, to do that.
Yep, but I called Alexander Yuriev as one who integrates Tidex with freeton at the moment, and it's real headache for us. Like, we need to spend some months to support freeton, and
I don't know how does he integrate? What did he use? Did he ever ask any questions about that in any chats? Or
well,
yes,
actually,
who supported him?
Yes,
Alexander, floor is yours.
may answer. Yes, we started to review this API in the middle of December, and right now,
one? Which one? Which
freeton.
There are several freeton APIs.
Which we been given. So we tried to review many different ways just to integrate it to our blockchain adapter to connect it to the exchange which we supported, and it is not easy at all, I would say. If we want to use our own node, it will spend not only months to develop this connector and to connect it to our system. We'll need to spend many thousands.
I think, Alexander, let's take it offline. If you just ping me, or let's set a conference.
Yes, I totally agree. We should create another setup call for its topic, because
I think it's a misunderstanding.
A lot of
you use.
Sure, a lot of misunderstanding, and people.
It should take you
can't understand.
Maybe a week to do that at top, because there are many interfaces. They're well developed. There are bindings for different software. I don't know what your bridge is using, but it's really easy to do. And if it's very hard for you to do, then you're doing something wrong. And or having a wrong support.
Okay, let's connect after our main conversation and discuss it.
Yep.
Okay, I will set up this call.
Great.
Mm-hmm. All right. Good. In this case, I ask you guys maybe just to revise your proposal a bit, just clarify it as we agreed, and maybe we will continue the discussion at the next call next week. That's pretty it for today's agenda. So now let's move to some questions if anyone has it. Three, two, one. No questions. Very good. In this case, I thank everyone for participating to this call. I guess it was very interesting. And the new year has started, as I said in the very beginning. So let's do our best to launch the DeFi ecosystem this year.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you to all. Bye.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.